European leaders on Sunday strongly criticized U.S. President Donald Trump's threat to impose tariffs on allies over their opposition to his plan for Greenland, warning that transatlantic relations could be seriously damaged. In a joint statement, Britain, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Norway and Sweden said tariff threats risk triggering a dangerous downward spiral and undermine long-standing ties between Europe and the United States. The European Council said it would convene an emergency summit of EU leaders in coming days after EU ambassadors met in Brussels to assess the fallout from Trump's remarks. Well, the warning comes despite an existing deal struck with Washington in July, under which most EU exports face a 15% US tariff. It remains unclear how Trump's latest threats would interact with that agreement. Meanwhile, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said he has discussed Greenland and Arctic security with Trump and hopes to continue talks during the World Economic Forum in Davos this week. Trump and his administration argue that bringing Greenland under U.S. control is necessary for American national security, claiming Denmark would be unable to defend the territory against potential threats from Russia or China, a position firmly rejected by European allies.
Spoken to the Prime Minister of Greenland, and there's a full commitment, not surprisingly, as is appropriate, of NATO partners to the security of Greenland. That's the right way to address this security, and the right way, finish and then hand back in terms of whether it's development of critical minerals, is to develop in partnership.
Now, staying with developments over Greenland, Denmark said it will continue to pursue diplomatic engagement with the United States to resolve the standoff over Greenland, despite threats from Washington. Now, Danish Foreign Minister Lars Løkke said on Sunday that Copenhagen remains committed to dialogue as the preferred path to diffuse tensions with the U.S. Listen in.
Well, honestly speaking, I think you must follow more than one track. I mean, we have been asking since the very beginning of this to have a constructive dialogue with our American ally and friends, free from social media and headlines and strong words. And we opened that dialogue last week. We will not give up on that. I mean, I have an agreement with the American Vice President. It was reconfirmed after we have listened to the press spokesperson. So we will stay on track unless US decide differently. But then at the same time, of course, we need the European Union to respond.